All right, so this video is to explain how to go into Canvas and look at your grades. Every time I submit your graded work, um, it shows up in Canvas. And basically, you can just go here. When you go to the home page, right here, you'll see grades. Now, sometimes you'll see a circle right here. In this case, it says 3. What that means is that there are 3 grades in Canvas that you have not looked at. All right, so there are three grades in Canvas that you have not looked at so far. All right, so let's go to grades. Let me go ahead and click on grades. So I'm clicking on grades. And when you do that, probably the best way to view them. If you notice here, it says arrange by, and there's a little drop down. So right now it's on arrange by assignment group. That's using assignment group is probably the best way, because what that does is it lists all your assignments grouped together. So you have your math lab assignments right here, and then you scroll down, you should see your graded homework. Oops, you should see your graded homeworks grouped together, and you haven't had any tests yet, but when you get to the test should show up. You also have the extra credit assignments grouped together. And then remember, whenever you take a quiz or a test, it's going to show up under quiz, test, proctorio, proctored. All right, so there's never going to be any points here, because that's just where you go in and you just take the test. So for example, you just took Proctorio Quiz 2, right? So let's see if I can find it. Right here. Oops, right here, Proctorio Quiz 2, and then last week you took Proctorio Practice Quiz 1. And then you had to upload. So remember, you had to upload your answers and your work. Okay. The the scoring of the proctorio quizzes appear under worksheets. So if you go back on the worksheets, let me go back and go a little bit further down to graded homework. So when you go to graded homework, you'll see right here, there's one that says Proctorio Quiz 1, and then scroll a little bit further down and you'll see Proctorio Quiz 2 under graded homework. Notice right here, now remember this is a fake student, so that fake student got a 9.1 out of 10 on Proctorio Quiz 2. You'll see this right here. If you scored less than 10, I always upload your graded work. So you'll see something right here. So you want to click on this. So when I click on this right here, you'll see attached graded working key, and then if you click on that, you'll see the key plus any comments. If you open it up, you'll see the key plus any comments I would have made about your your assignment that was graded. Okay, so let's just kind of review this again. All right, so I'm going to go back to the home page. So when you go to the home page, um, right here, always go to grades, and there's one thing I hadn't clicked on. So to get to that, I'm going to go to grades, click on grades, right here, and you want to arrange by assignment group. But if I show you, when you click on the little drop down menu, you can arrange by due date, you can arrange by module, or you can arrange by name. So if you arrange by module, you make sure you click apply, and then this will change. Always click on apply. If you click on, if you do this by due date, click apply, and then it'll be arranged by due date. Okay, but it's probably best if you do by assignment group, so that way it groups all of your assigned work, based on the groupings, based on which I'll show you, based on my math lab and assignments. Scroll down, you'll see, uh, let's say you'll see your graded homework grouped together. Remember, your graded homework is 7% of your grade, and then your math lab assignments are 18%, and you should see some scores here. So you'll see something out of 10, something out of 10, something out of 10. But it's a graded homework. Remember, that's the one that you turn in. So if you scored less than a 10 on your graded homework, you should see something else that was submitted from me. So if you go right here, let me do this, see right here? So if you go here, you should see, when you click on it right here, you'll says see attached graded work and key. You click on it, and then that's going to show the key plus any comments I made on your graded work. So just make sure you're looking at this. And oops, let me go ahead and X out of this. And so far you've had grades for the MyStats assignments. Then you had grades for the graded homework. Then you had extra quiz extra credit chapter 1 last week, which you should have a grade. And then the extra quiz chapter 2 is due June 29th. You may not have a grade yet. Some of you started, some of you did not. And then everything down here, and remember the Proctorio practice quizzes and the uploads, you're not going to see any points here. Because that's where you go in and you take the quiz. I print what you send me, and then that's going to be in your graded homework. So go here. See right here it says Proctorio Quiz 2 right here on the graded homework. Always go into graded homework for your Proctorio quizzes. Now when you take the test, you'll see test in here as well. But for example, Proctorio Quiz 2, this student scored a 9.1. For section 3.1 graded homework, that student scored an 8.2. And then if you scored less than a 10, you're always going to see these little icons here that indicates that I've uploaded your graded work with comments. If you made a 10 out of 10, chances are I did not send you anything because there was nothing to say. I mean, you got all 10 points correct. All right, so hopefully this helps. Oh, and by the way, so when you go to Proctorio Quiz 2, and now for Proctorio Quiz 2, if you made a 10 out of 10, I did upload something. And the reason for that was because it will probably say 10 and it'll say no technology issues. So that means, and most of you were in that situation, except for maybe 3 or 4 students. Almost all of you had no technology issues, meaning that you submitted your pages within the 5-minute allotment. You were visible in the video from chest up. I'm trying to think of some other situations. Oh, the the answers in the text box match the answers on your worksheet, things like that. Okay. All right, so hopefully this helps. Make sure you're looking at your grades, so you'll see how you're doing. Now, if you scroll down, let me just see what. If you keep going down right here, down here you'll see your percentage. Okay, so you see your percentage down here, and then so your graded homework. So you see some numbers here. Right now, for this fake student, there's nothing there because I didn't. I mean, it's a fake student, so I only put a couple of things in there. But your average should be way at the bottom down here. All right. So remember your math lab assignments, your MathStat assignments are 18%. Your final exam is 25%. Your test is 50%, and your graded homework is 25%. All this other stuff is not counted towards, you'll see this down here, that all this stuff here from here all the way down is not counted in your grade. It's only these 4. So you need to be focusing only on these 4. MyStat assignments, final exam, test, and graded homework. So only these 4 right here you should be worried about. And then this is your average at this point. Okay, so I think that's it. Have a great evening, and don't forget to, if I go to assignments, just to remind you, if I go to assignments right here, I'm going to assignments, and then I'm going to do by, see where it says show by type? I'm going to do by, as I can get to it. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do by type and not by date. So when I do by type, that means that your math stats assignments are listed. So if you scroll down, you'll see there's something due tonight, June 20th, for Stats Lab 3.1 measures of center. And then if you go down to graded homework, let's see. Now these were the two I just sent an email about. So there are some of you that have not submitted anything for 3.2 part worksheet 1 and worksheet 2. Just remember that those are due June 23rd, and they're due June 23rd because those two on your test on June 26th, that Thursday. So the key for those is going to be posted Tuesday. All right. And then the last worksheet that's listed here, that's not due until the 29th. That's going to be on test 2. Okay, so I think that's it now. All right. So have a great day.